it's time to talk about winter skincare. So we're going to start by talking about the skin on our face. We all know that there are thicker moisturizers that you can use during winter months, but what I want to talk about is some other ways that you can sneak in hydration. So the first example of this is going to be in your makeup remover step at night. So I talk a lot about the double cleanse method. The first cleanse is an oil-based cleanser, which is a makeup remover. It also is going to get all of the oil off of your skin. Oil dissolves oil, water does not dissolve oil. We all know that experiment. So there's also micellar water that you can use. I'm very much a fan of the double cleanse method and using an oil-based cleanser because it's hydrating, particularly around the eye area year round. But we can take advantage of that during the winter months and use it on the skin over our entire face. So my favorite example of this is Pond's Cold Cream. It's $5. There are several oil-based cleansers out. Ones that I hear about a lot from doing consults is Clinique's Cleansing Balm and Beauty Counters. Those are awesome and they're totally fine. I just like spending $5. But typically the reason people don't like this is because they say that it feels too heavy on their skin or greasy. But what you're going to do after is use your regular cleanser. So which leads us to the next way that you can change up things during winter. So you can actually change your cleanser at least once a day. I like to think of it a morning cleanser and a nighttime cleanser, or you can think of it as a cleanser that you have at your sink and then the cleanser that you have in the shower, depending on what time of the day you usually shower. So there are milky cleansers or lotion cleansers. My favorite is an Epion's Milky Lotion Cleanser. Admittedly, after you use Pond's Cold Cream or an oil-based cleanser, if you use the Milky Lotion Cleanser, it's not going to feel like it's getting a lot off your skin. I do have oily skin though, so I like to follow up with something that is a little bit thicker. But I have the Milky Lotion Cleanser here just to show you, this is a sample size, that it is a way that you can incorporate more hydration in your routine with the cleansing step. And then another way, other than changing up your moisturizer, is by using a mask that's very hydrating. So this Epion's Enriched Firming Mask, this is also a sample size, is one of my favorite products because it's $40. You can use it as a mask and wash it off, or you can actually use it as a moisturizer and not wash it off. So what I like to do, again, because I have oily skin, and I do really love the very expensive thick moisturizers, which we'll talk about next, but I can put this on my skin just kind of as needed and sleep with it on overnight, and I'll wake up and it's not greasy at all. And again, it's $40 versus $100 or $120 like some of the really best winter moisturizers or thicker moisturizers. So Epion's Enriched Firming Mask, I think it's great for year round, but also a good time to incorporate it into your routine. So then let's talk about just moisturizers, which we're all familiar with. So I will say this is one of those products that some people do need to invest and spend more money. If you have oily skin, then what I usually recommend is CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream. It's about $14 over the counter. But if you have dry skin to start with, and then it's winter and it's going to be even more dry, and then I do a lot of consults with people that live in cooler, drier climates as well, I really recommend that you invest in something that is thicker and is more expensive because of the actual ingredients in it. So I have three favorites. One is the Obagi Hydrate Luxe, which I have here. What you'll notice about all of my favorites is that they're gonna come in a little container like this, and it's because they're so thick you're not gonna be able to squirt it or pump it. So I love this product for the texture, but also I love that it's $74, which is cheaper than a lot of the super hydrating medical grade moisturizers. The other one that I love a lot is the Epion's Intensive Nourishing Cream. It has a little bit of azelaic acid. It's won several awards and also has been tested basically like as a night cream because it's so thick and the ingredients are very anti-aging. So you can see it looks very similar. Then the last one that I don't have to show you, which I think is the absolute thickest and it's the best, it's the SkinCeuticals Triple Lipid Restore, and it's packed with ceramides to really restore our skin barrier. It's going to be $128. I typically don't love it. I think it's a little bit too thick for my skin, so for oilier skin. But as you can tell, I'm still recovering from a chemical peel. I actually have loved it through this process, and so I understand now why it's considered one of the gold standards of moisturizers, especially if you have dry skin. The Epionce Intensive Nourishing Cream is $114, and so you can see why I really like the price point of the Obagi Hydrate Luxe for $70. I think it's kind of a good one for everybody. Epionce Intensive Nourishing Cream is a little bit thicker. I think it's great if you have dry skin. I really like just to have it on hand to use it as needed. And then the SkinCeuticals is extra thick and then also the most expensive. So keep in mind the other ways that you can hydrate your skin in the winter months and show it some love other than just switching up your moisturizer.